Hello everyone, welcome back to Array Blog once again. So in the last video we learned how to create NumPy array and we have explored their attribute. We get to know how we can get the dimension size of an array, right? Now in this video we learn how to access and manipulate elements in NumPy array using indexing, slicing, fancy indexing and boolean indexing. So I'll create a file here first. So that will say index.py that we are going to learn about indexing. So what we'll do, we'll create array first. So we have to import numpy as np, right? Now we'll declare array equals to that is np dot array, right? Now we'll say 10, 20, 30, 40, and then 50, and then yeah, that's it. So now we'll print this. We'll get the array, right? So we'll print this, print, we'll say array, then error, right? Now we'll to run it, print, no, to run this Python and index. Oh, this mistake, print. Right, so let me clear this and then run this. So we got the array over. Now suppose you want to access the first element of this array. So for that, what you have to do, we are going to use that indexing, and indexing in Python, you have to remember it start from 0. So we want the first element, right? First element. So what we'll do, we'll say array and then 0, right? As a indexing in a Python start from the 0, and let's run it. See, we got the first element 10. Suppose you want the third element. So print. Now we'll say ph third element. And what we'll do, we'll say array, and then third element will be 0, 1, 2, and 3. It should be 40, right? So 0, 1, 2, 3. That is going to be fourth element, but as indexing start from the fourth 0. Now, so third element will be 30, right? So we're going to say 1, 2, 3. But for the as for the indexing purpose, it will say 0, 1, 2, right? So let's run it and we'll see. So the third element is 30, right? So in NumPy, indexing start from 0, just like a Python list, and you can access element by their index position. Now we'll see the negative indexing, right? So NumPy also support the negative indexing, and which start counting from the end of the array. Which start counting from the end of the array. Basically, it will start from here to count this and this and then this and then this, right? And this is useful when you want to element track from the backs, basically. So suppose you want, so let's track the last element of an array, this array. So we'll say print, and we'll say last element, right? Now we have to write array and then indexing -1, right? So this will give us last element of array, that is the 50, right? For the second last, you have to write -2 because -1 -2, right? And that is what negative indexing in a NumPy array, right? Now we'll move to the slicing. So basically slicing, why we need slicing, I'll explain, but first we'll see how we can do slicing, right? So so the slicing, basically it's a array and then start and then stop and then step, right? Step, yeah. Oh, right. typing mistake here. Step, yeah. Start, stop, and step. So start and stop give element from start to stop -1, right? And steps basically control the interval. Sorry. So let me repeat this again. Start, stops give us element from start to stop -1, right? And steps control the interval, right? So let's write some we will try to access some element. So what we'll do, we'll say print, and we want element from index 1 to 3, right? So we want element from index 1 to 3, like that is 0, 1, 2, and 3. We want 20 to 40. We want these values, right? So we'll access this. So we'll say element from 1 to 3, right? And what we'll do, we'll pass the indexing here, and we'll say array, then that is stop, start, and then stop, right? Yeah, that's it. So let me clear this and run this. See, we got the element from 1 to 3, that is 0, 1, 2, and 3, that is 20, 30, 40. And that's how indexing work in a NumPy array, right? Now suppose you want every second element of an array. So for that, what you will do, we'll say print, we'll type a message here, every second element, right? And we'll say array, and you have to write like this, and then so this will give us the every second array of element, right? So let's run it. See, we got 10, 30, and 50, 0, and then 1, and then 2, right? That is every second element of an array, and that is what slicing is. Now we'll see uh, multi-dimensional array, 2D, and 3D. I'll give you assignment, you guys, but let me first explain the 3D array. So we'll say multi-dimensional array, right? We'll declare a array 2D equals to, now we dot array, we'll declare 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then we'll say 7, 8, and 9, right? We have declared array. Now I'll print the array, print, and we'll say 2D array x less than, then array 2D. It's 2D array. So let me clear this and run this again. So we got our 2D array, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, 8, 9. Now suppose we want to access element at row 1 and column 2, right? So we want to access element row 1 and column 2, right? So what we'll do, we'll write array, no, we'll say directly print element at row 1 and call 2, that is column 2. And what you're going to say, array 2D, and we'll pass like this 1 and 2, that is row 1 and column 2. So let's run it and see what we'll get here. So we get 6, right? Row 1, right? That is row 0, that is row 1, and column 2. So 0, 1, and 2, we get 6 here, right? Right, that's how matrix work basically. So it's a 0 index, 1 index, and 2 index, right? And we want row 1, that is row 1 and column 2, so we get 6 here, right? And that's how we work with the multi-dimensional array. Now suppose you want the first row of a 2D array, right? So we'll say first row of 2D array. So what you have to do, you have to type print, and then we'll say the message first row, and we'll pass like array 2D, and then we have to pass the index, that is 0, right? Now let's run it and we'll see what we'll get. See, first row we get the 1 2 3, that is our 0 index, right? Now suppose you want the first column, so what we'll do, we'll say first column. So for that we have to print, then we'll say first column, and we'll say array 2D, and then parenthesis colon, and then comma 0. You want, so 0 means it takes column index at 0, right? And we want here the first column. So what we'll do, we'll run it and we'll see what it give us, right? Say we want the first column, that is 0 1 4 7 1 4 and 7, and we got it here, right? That's how like you can work with the you can work with the two-dimensional arrow. Now I'll give you an assignment to create a 3D three-dimensional array, and try to access the row and column, like create a 3 by 3 array, a three-dimensional array, and then try to access row 3, row call 3, and try and put it in a comment so that I can see what you guys have done, right? So in 2D array, row and column are indexed, right? Row and column are indexed, basically that is the row 0, row 1, and row 2, right? That's how like we we index this by basically. And for the column, that is 1 4 7, that is 0 0 2, we can see here 2 5 8, that is row 1 4 7 is called 1, 2 5 8 is called 2, and 3 6 9 is called 2, right? So and then the same concept is applicable to 3D array, where we will add in 3D, it's just an extra dimension, right? Even you can try with yeah, just try with three dimension. Now the next thing we'll see the fancy indexing, right? So what will say fancy indexing, right? So fancy indexing allow us to select multiple specific element, right? Multiple specific element using a list of indices. So it's very useful when you want to access non-continuous element, right? So what we'll do, we'll create array 1 equals to, that is np dot array, and we'll declare a value, right? Suppose 1 2 3 4 5 6, right? And we are going to use fancy indexing, so we'll say indices equals to, we'll select the index, suppose 0 3 and 4, right? We selected the index 0, index 3, and index 4, right? And we'll print this. So we'll say print selected elements, and we'll say array, and then we'll pass indices. So let's run it, and according to this it should print 1 0 1 2 3, that is 4 and 5, right? So let's run it and we'll see it what it print. See, we got oh, we have to write 1. Selected element, it's a declare array 1, no, it's in 10 40 and 50 indices. Array 1, and then we have this indices, right? It's a 10, 40 and 50. Why it's saying 10, 40 and 50? Say, should not say 10 and 40 and 50 because array is here. Oh, we didn't save that file. Just run it. See, now we get the 1, 4 and 5. 1, 0, 3 and 4, right? Now, so fancy indexing allow you to select multiple specific element using a list of indices, and it's very useful when you want to access non-continuous element. Now the next one will say Boolean indexing, right? So Boolean indexing let you filter element based on condition, right? So let's see an example. So we have declared this array that's a 10, 20, 30 and 40 and 50. Now what we'll do, we'll just try the Boolean indexing. So we'll say bool and idx indexing equals to, we'll say array is greater than 20, right? Now I'll print this. So we'll say Boolean array and then Boolean, right? And we'll print elements of that is greater than Boolean, that is greater than 20, right? So we'll say this element el, elements greater than 20, and what we do, we array and then Boolean index, right? So let's run it and we'll see what you get. See, so it's a Boolean array, right? We're printing the Boolean value here, that is false. That is 10 is not greater than 20 and 20 is not great. Let me just copy paste so that we can see it. I'll just type here so that we can verify this. So 10 is not greater than 20, 20 is not greater than 20, and for the rest of that it's a true, true, true. And we are printing in the next line we are printing the Boolean index that is greater than 20, that is 30, 40 and 50, right, as we can see in that array. So Boolean index lets you filter element based on condition, right? So in this video we have learned about 1D array, right? That is we can access the how we can access the element of 1D array, how we can access the element of 2D array, and we have explored the indexing, right? Indexing, how we can see how we can do the negative indexing, how we can the slicing, like suppose you want to get the element from the you want the like a value from 1 to 3 that we had did here, that is 20, 30, 40. And then we see the multi-dimensional array, like how you can access the multi-dimensional array values now. And then we have seen the, yeah, that is basically slicing. And then we see the fancy indexing, that is basically select a specific element. Suppose you have a non-continuous data and you want to select a specific element from the entire array or entire array. So you can do space like a fancy indexing and Boolean indexing. So suppose you want to filter an array based on a condition. You have 1,000 of value and you want only the number who is divisible by 20, or a number who is divisible by 100. So you can apply a condition and you can get that value, right? So in this video we'll learn about array operation, vectorization, and no so yeah, in the next one we are going to learn about array operation, vectorization and broadcasting in a NumPy, which is where the real power comes in right? So if you found this helpful, make sure like, comment and subscribe. So see you into the next one. Thank you.